I wasn't even expecting to film today, but like I just have this excitement in me that I'm like, you know what, let me film, let me document, even though I don't know what the heck I'm gonna say in this video, what the heck this is titled, but I just kind of want to go with what makes me excited and share what I feel like sharing. I was gonna have a girl chat up, which is gonna come next after this video, but I just wanted to share because I don't know, it's just really exciting. And let me give you a little update and let's talk about today's video. So what happened was I have always loved to write. Like writing has been something that I always love to do. I love to read, I love to write. Anything that has to do with producing something creative, drawing, any form of art, I'm here for it. And so the last time I tried to write something, I wanted to write my own book, a little novel. It was in 2019 and the last time I touched it was in 2021. And so recently I had my first YouTube friend, Brielle, come visit me, and she has her own YouTube channel. It's called Brielle Writes, and she documents how she's writing her romantasy novel and all that. So she literally bullied me into reading my last little project. It wasn't completed by any means. There was maybe like 9 chapters, I think. I read them out loud. We had like a little story time thing. It was actually really fun because I haven't touched it in a minute. I haven't read the story in a minute, and so reading it was kind of like me reading it for the first time, and it just made me really excited. Something else that like sparked my joy for this is that like me and Brielle, we went to a cafe. She was working on her book, doing some like visuals and maps and stuff like that, and I was doing research on the system that I want to have for my story and a little world building stuff, and it just like made me so excited. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna work on this. But with that being said, even though I do like the premise of my story, there's so many things in it that I do want to change. And I'm the type of person where if there's something like that's bothering me, I just have to like touch it. I have to fix it. So here we are today. I don't know what this means. I'm not gonna jump ahead and say like, oh, this means I'm going to publish my first book and I have goals related to self-publishing or picked up by a publisher or anything like that. I just have a work in progress, or a WIP, that I learned the book girlies call, and there are things I want to change and I want to change them, and I'm a YouTuber, so let me document my changes and all that. Okay, anyways, so let me introduce you to my story. So pretty much the book is a contemporary romance with like bits of, I don't know what to call it. It's not fantasy, but like mystical elements or something, which I'll explain in a bit. But she ends up working for the mayor in some capacity. In the original, it was an internship, but I don't know if I want it to be an internship anymore. But yeah, she works for the mayor, and he is a grumpy man. He's very strict, intimidating, and he's a mayor of the city that's like not just like any city. I think I kind of want to make it like the most important city, maybe the capital, in my make-believe mind. I don't even know if this would take place in America, but yeah, he's like a very important figure, and it is a very big bustling city, and he's the most important man in the city and maybe even America or the country. I don't know. I have to do a lot of world building, but he's a big deal. You know, he's grumpy. He doesn't really trust her and doesn't like her, but she's very determined and is adamant on getting the job done and making him succeed, because it is also election season, so the stakes are pretty high. He needs her, and even if he doesn't know it yet. And yeah, so there's that element. But then also the girl, she has these dreams. We don't know what they mean, but it's a prominent piece in this story. And also there's gonna be like a love triangle involved and lots of like crime and corruption in the city. So that's pretty much what the book is about without giving out too much detail. But I wanted to just share with you my short-term goals, I guess, because I realize it's also Camp Nano, which I know what it means, but like, do I? Because okay, I know there's NaNoWriMo in November, where you try to write, I think 50,000 words. Like you try to write 50,000 words, and then they have Camp Nano, which is like a shorter version. And I don't know if there's a writing goal for that, or you just make up your own goals. I don't even know. But I just thought it was kind of interesting how my new spark, I guess, has been lit during Camp Nano. So July is almost over. It's currently the 18th, and I have no idea when this is going up. So like, I'm not trying to have any like writing goals at all, but maybe it'd be nice to have these details fleshed out before I start writing. Okay, maybe. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to show you the vibe that I'm going for in this story, because I did make mood boards back a couple years ago for what I want the book in the story to be about and to give. And then I also have like an outline, which I gotta scrap because there's so much that I don't want in there anymore. But I thought it'd be fun to share with you what I'm currently working with, and then maybe share with my goals for things I want to finalize. And then if I ever have updates in the future, you can see the progress that is made, just because I think it's really fun to document things. And if I'm starting to get more interested in writing again, then I think it'd be fun. So let me open up Pinterest and then share with you pretty much the vibe that I'm going for. So for the setting, like I said, it's a very important city. It's a big, modern, maybe like high-tech city. So these are the pictures that I have so far. Nothing crazy, but I do like the clean, modern look, but then also like historical kind of vibes to it. And I do know that I wanted to take place in fall. I don't know if I can have the whole setting be taking place in fall, but maybe like the key moments in fall. So your girl needs to figure out the timeline for sure. Then for our girl, her name's Noah, which I just think is a really cute name. This is her. This is the vibes that I'm getting from her. Here's some pictures. I have a quote that says, "Be loud about the things that are important to you," which speaks to her character. I have some greenery because I want her favorite color to be green. I want her to be very like down to earth. You see what I'm doing there? Yeah. I don't know why there's this picture of this little boy here. When Brielle saw it, she thought that was hilarious, but I don't know. I think maybe I just wanted her to be like a cute little person as well. Maybe she's a go-getter, but then also very sweet. Here's some more quotes. One says, "Nobody's coming to save you. Get up. You didn't go through all that for nothing." She's gonna forever say, "I got this," even with tears in her eyes. So you can see she's a very determined girl. So that's the vibes for that. And like I said, she's working for the mayor, so I think that means she's gonna be into political science, public administration, something like that, which gotta finalize. Then the mayor, here is his vibes. So I don't know exactly what he's gonna look like because I literally have just this one man that shows his face, but I do think I want him to have a beard because I'm a beard girl. A lot of quotes from him. So strength is what we gain from the madness we survive. No expectations, no disappointment. Care less and you'll stress less. Actions always prove why words mean nothing. A wise man once said nothing, you know? So like this is the vibes. Also you can see like lots of cold winter. He's a cold man, you know, like literally eat up books like this. So yeah, and then I have pictures with a guy in a suit because he's a mayor and he's got to be like put together. But also at the top, if you see, I have pictures of plants because I think I want him to be interested in gardening, which I think will be a nice like parallel with her being like down to earth. Favorite color is green, and then he's really into planting, which is something nobody would know. I think maybe he'll have a greenhouse or something like that. And then the juxtaposition with that, and then him being a cold man where you see these wintry pictures. Nothing grows during winter, but he like grows things for himself. Like, okay, calm down. But yeah, so I want him to be a man of not many words, but the words that he does say, it's very cold, not very welcoming and kind, to the point, very blunt, doesn't try to sugarcoat anything and stuff like that. So those are his vibes. Here is another guy. I don't like any of the pictures that I picked from him. Definitely gonna change that. But the other love interest in this, I have a name in mind, but I haven't finalized it, so let me not say it. But this is his vibe. I put like sunshine and warmth because it's different than like the cold, grumpy guy. Here are some quotes that maybe can help you learn more about his personality. So it says, "I'm still waiting for the day when you say, yes, you are the one. Thanks for patience. Meeting you was like listening to a song for the first time and knowing it would be my favorite. I get lost in my own head. It's hard to be the one always waiting." So he reminds me of a lot. If you guys seen Hamilton, you know Aaron Burr. He's always waiting for it. There's a song called Wait For It. Like he tries to be patient and wait for things to come. And so this is gonna be really key in terms of his personality, but then also his feelings for our main girl Noah. Like he tries to be patient and wait for her feelings to maybe be returned or for the right time to make the move. Like he's a waiter. And I like the sun pictures because I think I already explained, like the warmth. So those are the vibes for him. Ignore the pictures. I don't know what he's gonna look like. So there's that. And then I do have more pictures on my Pinterest, but I want to save them just because I don't know for sure if those are the vibes. So now some things that I definitely want to finalize before I get started on writing, because like I said before, I had an outline that is kind of trash at this point. Like, I learned from Brielle and the little terminology that I've picked up. There's like an outliner and a pantser, and Google. Okay, yeah. Outliner is someone who outlines every single thing about their book. They know how it's gonna end. They know where we're going. But then a pantser is someone who doesn't really plot too much ahead, and they kind of like discover a lot about their book as they write, which I think I might be more of as well, just because I try my best to think about every detail of the outline, how I want it to go, but like I just am stuck and I'm just eager to write. Like, that's just the itch that I'm currently wanting to scratch. So I think I want to finalize a few things and then just kind of get started with writing, even if I don't know exactly where we're gonna end up, because we can always change and go back. And I feel like the more I write, the more I'll learn about these characters and then learn where we're gonna go with it. So here's a little list of things that I would like to finalize, and then we can get started on writing, which maybe could be like my little camp nano goals. I don't even know anything about camp. I feel like I'm just kind of making my own rules, which, fight me, I don't care. But if you know a little bit more about camp and have any writing tips of your own, leave them down below, because I don't know very much. All I know is what I know. So anyways, things to finalize. First and foremost is names. I wanted to just go ahead and start writing, but I can't do that if I don't know 100% everyone's name. Everyone had a name when me and Brielle read my first draft, but I don't like a lot of them. I don't like any of them, pretty much. Noah's first name wasn't Noah, it was something else. The mayor, his name was August Jackson, which I don't know if I want. I don't think it's the vibes that I'm going for. I kind of like the name August, but Jackson just, it's giving so basic. But it does, I feel like it does sound more mayoral. Like, that's kind of the problem I'm having with him, is like something that can sound diplomatic. So if you have any suggestions of what names sound good with August, let me know. We also have the other friend who's always waiting. His name was something, and then I thought I liked the name Roman, which I still really like the name Roman, but now I'm contemplating if I want the mayor's name to be Roman, which I feel like could kind of go with mayoral vibes, but just with the first name. I feel like I'm struggling with the last name the most with the mayor, and I don't know if Roman is really giving someone who waits type of vibes. I feel like the waiter, he's giving maybe more golden retriever, but maybe also, actually I guess maybe more golden retriever. I don't know. That's what we got to figure out, which leads to the next thing that I have to finalize is personalities, because I had this mood board that I just showed, and the quotes that were supposed to be complimentary with the story, but then when I was rereading the story, it wasn't matching. Like, for example, for our girl Noah, she had a lot of quotes and vibes that was like, oh, she's a go-getter, she's determined, she's out to get what she wants. But then in the book, she was like, I don't know what I want to do in life. I don't know what to major in college. Like, I feel like that just isn't giving what it needs to give. Like, I want her to be determined and know exactly what she wants. Same thing for the other characters. Like, I don't know exactly what their goals and their wants and their dreams and the purpose why they're there, because I don't want to have a character that's just there as an accessory for the main character. I want everyone to be flushed out and all of that. So that's something that I definitely want to work on. Same thing with like ages. Like, I initially in the first book, she was 21, I think. There's a lot that I want to change. I don't think I want her to be in college anymore. I think I want her to be either done with her master's or actively in her master's, and I want the mayor to be a little bit older. I want people to be a little bit older. And like I said, I made this in 2019. I was already 19, 20 years old. So I think 21 sounded old, 26 sounded old. So I don't feel like I had a good enough concept of what it means to be that age and how to act that age. But now that I'm almost 25, I feel like I have a better understanding of what's mature for their age, what's not, what, you know what I mean? I feel like I grew up. So want to change that and just have a good baseline of who these people are. Not every little nitty-gritty thing, which is what we're gonna figure out when we begin to write, but at least the basics. And then also I want to figure out the timeline, because like I said, I do want it to take place in fall, but like I want the election season to be longer than a few months. And something that's really interesting, because I've been doing a lot of research about mayoral elections, how they work, who votes, all that stuff, but it's very different depending on the state you're in, depending on the city you're in. It varies tremendously. So that is a really good thing and a bad thing. A good thing because I can do whatever I want and nobody can tell me otherwise, just because there's so much nuance and variation between different elections. And then also bad just because I don't have that much research that I can, there's a lot of research, but it just varies. So it's not like I have a quick little outline. Like for example, the presidential election, I know how it works, how many months it takes, the different debates and all that stuff. So I'm really just making this as I go. And also, I don't have to follow it to a T because it's my book, it's my world, it's whatever the heck I want it to be. So I don't have to take it that serious. The timeline goes hand in hand with the world building. I need to figure out how I want to build this world. I want it to be contemporary romance, but there's already elements that it's giving not really 100% realistic. I need to be able to articulate, are we in America? Are we in a different country? Are we in a metaverse? Like, what is going on? So just little tiny things like that I feel like I should probably figure out before I start writing. And then, like I mentioned, the plot, I need to understand, is it a little bit of fantasy or mystical, otherworldly? Did I mention already the name of the book? I'm naming the book. And then the last thing I want to figure out, which is probably not going to be too hard, is the POVs. Do I want it just in Noah's point of view? Do I want dual POV? Like, how many point of views do I want in this book? Because typically I read dual point of views, I think, especially in contemporary romance books, or at least the ones I read. And I think it might be fun, but also, I don't know. I just don't know. I gotta figure out, I gotta know, like, what purpose do I want the other characters to have, so then their point of views isn't just, oh, I think Noah's really pretty. Like, you know what I mean? So those are just a few of the things. I think, how many is that? 6? Those are 6 things that I feel like I should figure out before I get started on writing, and I'm super excited about it. And yeah, I don't know. This has been just such a random impromptu video. I literally was just laying down and was like, hey, I'm thinking too much about this book. I need someone to talk to about this, and let me just document it. And if I do end up making this a ongoing project, then you'll learn more about it. Or if this is just something that I'm currently thinking about doing but don't know for sure, I don't know, because I just don't want to put any like goals behind it, being like, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. I'm gonna get this book out and published by X time. I'm not thinking about that, even though the thought of it and seeing other people get so excited about their books and works in progress is very exciting to me. But I'm just gonna take it one video at a time, one brainstorm at a time, and go from here. But I would love to hear your thoughts on anything. Honestly, I would love to hear if you're writing a book. If you have any suggestions for names or any of that, let me know. But yeah, this makes me nervous. And the fact that I have so many things going on in this channel, I'm sorry. I apologize, but not really. Just because I have, this is a whole nother rant, but like, I feel like I am doing so many things on this channel, like books and language learning and resets and girl chats and writing, and it's just a lot, which is not bad because I have a lot of interests, so here I am documenting them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave the book emoji so I know you did, and be sure to subscribe if you're new. I'm Amina, by the way. Nice to meet you, and I hope to see you in my next video if you want to see me. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.